In this video, we'll look at solving work problems. The amount of work done, W, is given by the formula W equals R times T, where R is the rate of work and T is the time spent working. A rational equation arises when we write this equation in terms of either R or T, right? If we have W equals RT and we want to solve for R, we have to divide each side by T. To get that, R is W divided by T. Or if we divide each side by R, we can get that T is equal to W over R. So we're going to use these ratios to come up with solutions to work problems. We can apply this work problem when we have two or more people who are working on the same task, but they work at different rates. And when we do these particular problems, we're going to think of the work done, whatever it is, if it's painting houses, painting rooms, or making products, whatever that task is going to be one. So we're going to think of that as just one unit or one job. And so the rates then are going to be of the form 1 divided by T, where T is the time it takes for each of those people to complete the particular task. Here's an example. Rochelle can clean the garage in 6 hours. John can do the same job in 8 hours. If they work together, how long will it take them to clean the garage? So the thing we don't know is the time it takes them to clean the garage together. So we're going to let T equal the time to clean the garage together. But what we do know is that Rochelle's rate plus John's rate should equal their rate together. Remember, rate is equal to the work done divided by the time to complete that. And more specifically, we're going to have 1 divided by T. So cleaning the garage is the task, right? That's the job. But Rochelle can do it in 6 hours, so her rate is 1 divided by 6. Plus John's rate, he can do the same job in 8 hours, so that's 1 divided by 8. And that's equal to their time together, or rate together, which would be 1 divided by T. And now we solve this. It is a rational equation. We multiply through by the least common denominator. And the least common denominator between 6, 8, and T is 24T. Multiply each term of the equation by 24T. So we get 24T times 1/6 plus 24T times 1/8 equals 24T times 1 divided by T. Simplifying, we get 4T plus 8 into 24 is 3T is equal to 24. So 7T equals 24, or T is 24/7. When we approximate this, it's approximately 3.4. So this means that working together, they can clean the garage in 3.4 hours. Another example, Sarah and Lewis have a painting company. Together they can paint a room in 4 hours. Sarah thinks that if she worked alone, it would take her 3 times as long as Lewis to paint the room. How long will it take each of them working alone to paint the room? So this one's a little bit different. We don't know the individual time. We know their time working together. But we do know how their individual times relate. It says that Sarah thinks that if she worked alone, it would take her 3 times as long as Lewis to paint the room. So if T is the time for Lewis to paint the room, then Sarah's time is going to be 3 times that, which is 3T, will equal the time for Sarah to paint the room. We know that when we add the rates of each person, we'll get the rate of them working together. So the job is painting a room. Sarah's time is 3t, so we would have Sarah's rate, which would be 1 divided by 3t, plus Lewis's rate, which is 1 divided by t, is equal to the rate working together, which is 1 divided by 4. The least common denominator between 3t, t, and 4 is 12t. Multiplying each expression by 12t, we get 12t times 1 divided by 3t plus 12t times 1 divided by t is equal to 12t times 1 divided by 4. Simplifying, 3t into 12t is just 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 12t times 1 over t, the t divides out, and 12 times 1 is 12. 12t times 1 divided by 4 is 3t. So we get 4 plus 12 equals 3t, or 16 equals 3t. So divide each side by 3 to get 16 divided by 3 is equal to t. So we need to find what is the time working alone to paint the room. So the time for Lewis is 16/3 of an hour, which is the same thing as 5.3 hours if we approximate. And then Sarah's time is 3 times that. So her time is 3t, or 3 times 16/3, which would be just 16 hours.